This is Kelso Sturgeon. Thank you very much for joining me, and welcome to Kelso Sturgeon's College of Advanced Sports Handicapping. You know, for the past year we've been calling this session Handicapping 101, and basically it has been. But I think we need to step things up a bit, get a little bit deeper into the world of handicapping. You know, there's nothing simple about it, even though it appears that way. So for the next year, I'm going to hopefully teach you some things that will get you your advanced degree in sports handicapping and permit you to be a better handicapper. We're going to get serious. If there's any subjects that we discuss that are a little confusing to you or something, send me an email and I'll answer you personally. First of all, let's get to today's news. You know, the championship round of the NBA playoffs begin Tuesday night in Miami, where the Dallas Mavericks will take on the Miami Heat. Miami is a 5-point favorite in this game. If you want to bet who will win the best of 7 series, you'll have to lay a -190 with the Miami. You can get a +160 with the Dallas Mavericks. Interesting handicapping note. And, you know, for me, it would say that the Dallas Mavericks are possibly the most underrated NBA team in history. Think about this number right here. In the last 19 games that the Dallas Mavericks have played, they have gone 17-2 against the number. That's just food for thought. Keep it in mind. I'm not suggesting that Dallas will cover the 5 on Tuesday night. I'll make my decision later and certainly will release that game. But just remember, the Dallas Mavericks, 17-2 against the number in their last 19 games. I've also revised my Major League Baseball standings. I'll give you my top 10, and I can promise you one thing: the top 10 is based on probably 25 or 30 different facts and issues involving each of these teams. And the 10 teams that you can count on in Major League Baseball right now, from top to bottom, are the Philadelphia Phillies, the Boston Red Sox, the Cleveland Indians, the Florida Marlins, the St. Louis Cardinals, the New York Yankees, the San Francisco Giants, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Atlanta Braves. At the bottom of the list, ranked to 29th and 30th, would be the Minnesota Twins and the Houston Astros. But right now, I think that Boston and the Philadelphia Phillies stand out in their respective leagues, and it appears to me that they're getting better. They're not getting worse. Now let's do a little business before we get into today's first session of the college season. As many of you know, I have not lost a single Best Bets baseball game since last Saturday. I'm a perfect 6-0 in that time frame, and if you've been on board and you bet $10 per unit on those games, you are up right now $795 for the week. Now, get this figure. This will blow you away. If you're a member of my personal best club, where I'm 5-1 with my last 6 plays, and you bet $100 per unit, you are up now. This is the real figure. I didn't pull this out of the sky. You are up for this week $10,625. And how sweet was last night's 25-unit win by the underdog Chicago White Sox at Toronto. On that game alone, if you bet $100 a unit, you took home a profit of $3,375. You know, I have baseball every single day, and we're going to talk about why you should bet it here in a minute. Every single day on this website and toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. And hopefully, if you are not betting baseball, I'll wake you up to the reasons you should be, and I'll go into those right now. Now, it's always been amazing to me that bettors duck baseball. I don't know why. It makes absolutely no sense, but I'm going to try to articulate the reasons that you should bet baseball, period. Now, it's an interesting fact which I want to start with. You know, the so-called wise guys of basketball and football betting seldom bet baseball. And that's built around one fact, and we'll discuss this as we go through college this year. They can't manipulate the numbers in baseball. They can manipulate them in basketball. They can manipulate them in football, and they do. They have that much power, that much money, and that much strength. There is nothing they can do to manipulate a number on a baseball game, and for that reason, these big betting cartels avoid baseball altogether, because the foundation of what they do, excuse me, and how they win is built upon the manipulation of numbers. Once again, I said I'll go into that at a later time, but it's a fact. But in baseball, they have no power to do that. You know, in baseball, you just have to pick the winner of the game to win your bet. It doesn't matter, in theory, whether you lay 120, 140, or 240. You still win the baseball game. That doesn't happen when you can manipulate numbers and move lines in football and in basketball. Now, you know, in betting baseball, the biggest edges you have are, number one, you just have to win the game. But there's something far more important in discussing wagering on baseball. You know, the betting lines in football are set up, and basketball are set up to split the action on a game. And it's not a theory, but they are set up to, in theory, not a theory, to produce 50% favorites winning and 50% underdogs winning. And believe it or not, at the end of the season, those figures stand up. 50% of the favorites won, 50% of the underdogs won. And winning in football and basketball goes to the handicapper who can dig deeper and analyze better the numbers than those who are making the betting lines. And it's hard work to win in football and basketball if you can't find those edges. Thank heavens I can find them. And it's produced tremendous winning seasons in both sports. In baseball, and in summary on the football and basketball, you have absolutely no obvious edge. You have got to search and study and find it and try to win in a game of points that, you know, in games that are decided by half points, 2 points, whatever. In baseball, there are games where you have a 75% edge to win even before you begin the handicapping process. If you have a top-rated pitcher facing one that's mediocre, average, maybe not so good, that pitcher alone gives you a 75% edge to win a baseball game. As I say, and that's before you start digging into the little details. It's just that simple. You know, there is none in football and basketball. In baseball, you can start with the 75% edge, and that's why I have lost but one baseball game since last Saturday. I've swept the card with my Best Bets Club, 5-1 with my Personal Bets Club, and in every single one of those games, the side that I released, including the underdog Chicago White Sox last night, had a 75% chance at least to win that game. And after I did my homework and dug a little deeper into the details, some of those figures moved up to the 90% level. For instance, even though they were an underdog, the Chicago White Sox graded out with an 85% chance to win last night, and they did get the cash. So remember, the most important thing about betting baseball, and the most important thing that you need to know, is you have a built-in edge going in. You have a 50-50 chance to beat the number in football and basketball. There are baseball games that you have a 75% edge to win, regardless of any other details. Now, we'll continue this discussion tomorrow. Thank you very much for tuning in, and remember, all my baseball selections every single day right here on this website, and toll free at 1-800-755-2255.